This is Michael, the host of the WDYM podcast. You ever hear an episode and want to give your 2 cents? Now you have that option with the text and talk. In each episode description up at the top, you see the option for text and talk. Hit that link, start texting, and I'll start talking. Be a part of the WDYM podcast and start text and talking with me.
You're listening to the WDYM, the What Do You Mean podcast, Hamilton's #1 podcast. Now sit back and relax. Here's Hamilton's own Michael Gillespie.
I don't know about you guys, but are you tired of life-changing events, life-altering events? I feel like another one's coming around the way here pretty soon within the next year or two. But man, I mean, we have had 9/11 happen, 2020 election that wasn't real, was real. It wasn't documented where the votes at. It was red, now it's blue. Recession after recession after recession. Inflation after inflation. Can you just take me back to the 90s? 90s was okay. Taco Bell was not expensive. I can go to the movies for $6.50. Why are we in this situation? I don't understand why the political scene is so crazy at this moment. It's absolutely bonkers. But where's my manners? Welcome to the WDYM podcast. I'm your host, Michael Gillespie. I hope you guys are doing good. And I hope you guys got your MREs and your bunkers ready because things are about to hit the fan. Start off with number one. We had a debate a couple weeks ago that just scared the living tar out of me. Let me give you the example that I found of President Joe Biden being Joe Biden.
Child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if
what was that? Did y'all hear that? What was that? I know he has a stuttering thing and whatever, but what the hell was that?
We finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
See? And the funny thing, of course, President Trump just absolutely went for the jugular with, how he does things. But it gets worse too. There's another soundbite that I got that just it's terrible.
In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where when he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages, making sure the families were separated. That's not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. It's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
And there he goes again. Trump will attack you if you appear weak. But he, Joe Biden, appears weak. One more.
Of months of my presidency, we had, according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that, but they endorsed me for president. Brandon, just speak to him. But look, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it. And people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in caravans.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden?
The only terrorist who's done anything crossing the border is one who came along and killed three, under his administration, killed an Al-Qaeda person come in his administration, killed three American soldiers. That's the only terrorist that's there. I'm not saying that no terrorist ever got through, but the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people, that's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating, he's lying.
Okay, so that last one wasn't too bad, but how do you feel after that? I mean, who do you vote for in that situation? The one that pathologically lies all the time, or the one that doesn't know how old he is and just sounds terrible? I've been in the senior care, hospital care for the past 6 to 7 years. You know when someone needs a BIMS test. A BIMS test is just a simple cognitive test that somebody needs when they arrive at a facility. And unfortunately, I believe one of those two is in need of a test. So I know it is July, but who are you voting for after hearing that? It's scary. It is scary right now out there. After that performance, a lot of people on the blue side is like, yo, Joe, you got to go. They're not even sugarcoating it. They feel so dejected by that they're asking him not to run. And I can't blame him. I look, again, I've been working with seniors, with people that are in their elder stages of life. And it's just a simple question. Do you want that to run their country? And as an American, as a veteran, you don't want that. That was god awful. And I just think, unfortunately, he is past his prime. And way past his prime. And there's no way he should be even thinking about running for a second term. So let's see what happens with that. So off the momentum of a decent debate, we have something happen in Pennsylvania. I think it's actually Butler, Pennsylvania. Now, first and foremost,
at 6:02 p.m., former President Trump walked on the stage. Thousands were there to see him speak. They would witness the first assassination attempt of a president in more than 40 years. He was immediately surrounded by Secret Service, his ear bloodied. By 6:13 p.m., he was rushed off the stage.
I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes, sir. Hold on, your head is bloody.
We should not condone violence, period. There is no way anybody should be happy that an assassination attempt on Donald Trump happened. There's no way. This is the thing that bothers me about politics. We have the middle, the little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. Then we have the extremists on each side, extreme left, extreme right. When an attempt to hurt and kill somebody happens to somebody, nobody should be wishing that on anybody. Let's be 100 right now. Let's be 100 right now and just say an assassination attempt on anybody should not be something celebrated at all. The fact that this guy, Thomas Crooks, was 130 yards away from the president at a rally is crazy to me. Again, as an American, as a veteran, that should not have happened, period. Now, what are the odds of someone doing that? Are very low. You would never think someone would take a shot at someone who's running for president of the United States. Mr. Crooks grazed his ear, almost connecting. If it wasn't for his head turn, we could be talking about something completely different that we're not going to go any further on the show. to be 130 yards, to get a shot off and almost do something that hasn't been done in almost 40 years. Or actually, the assassination attempt that happened in 40 years. To do something that hasn't been done since, what, JFK. And, we've read about that all through history and everything. We do not need that to have happened. Thank God that did not happen. From the results of this assassination attempt, a lot of people then started questioning women. It was the women Secret Service members that were pulled into question. And this is the point where things are overanalyzed and beaten to a pulp when people see the footage of this. And I ask you, what would you do in that situation? When bullets go off and you are a Secret Service or you are a service member in the military or anything like that, there's only so much training to be done. And you don't know but your basics to, for example, cover the president. Of course, there's training involved, but until you're actually in a situation where the training is real life and you have no control over where the bullets are coming from, you have no idea. You're doing your basic job as in this case, the Secret Service, to cover the president. And people are pointing out things like the young Secret Service member had a problem holstering her gun or something like that. And to me, I say, you're being ridiculous. I guarantee if you put anybody in that situation, real time, you would be doing the same exact thing. Don't make this a woman thing or anything like that. That is crazy to me that some of the media that's taken it and said, well, women shouldn't be Secret Service members. I think Candace Owens was one of the people that said women shouldn't be Secret Service members, which is ridiculous. If you want to serve your country that way, then all power to you. Go and do it. The person shouldn't have been that close. I'm going to just be honest. He shouldn't have been 130 yards that close away from the president to make that shot and shot him in the air. So first and foremost, I just wanted to say, thank God that didn't happen. And I hope people will learn a lesson from this, and maybe the Republican Party can preach something different other than the language they have been doing lately. So that happened, but it gets better. So after that situation, the following week, they had the RNC, the Republican National Convention, where they select who's running for president. And of course, no brainer, it's President Trump, number 45. And the funny thing about this is that who are they pulling? Who are they trying to put on stage to get people to vote for Donald Trump? Because, previously we went through a lot as Americans under Donald J. Trump. We had riots, Charlotte, countries, his words, not mine, the Puerto Rico incident after the hurricane. I just don't want people to forget exactly what happened last time the 45th president was in office. A lot of hate, a lot of things were said and done. Mexico will build the wall and pay for it. That didn't happen. Let's not forget. So who is going to pander to the young people, to the black people, to the non-white people? Who are you going to get on the stage to vote? Of course, we're going to get Amber Rose. Amber Rose on stage to get young people and non-white people to vote for President Trump. Who is Amber Rose?
Welcome, Amber Rose from South Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days chilling out. Wrong show. My bad. I got caught in the South Philadelphia part. So Amber Rose, if you don't know, model, what do you call them? Girls in video, stripper. Yeah, she was stripper. Whole bunch of other things. And for research purposes only, has 50% off her OnlyFans right now. I'm not saying, listen, research purposes only, okay? I'm trying to be thorough, trying to be a good investigative reporter / podcaster. Amber Rose, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bash and Slash herself. You might be asking what that is. That's the tattoo on her head. Yes, you heard me right. Tattoo on her head. Miss Bash and Slash, I think those are her sons. Those are on her forehead. Dedication. I got my kids on me too. Just not on my forehead. Okay? I just not going to do that. Amber Rose, what are you doing at the RNC?
But I do care about the truth. And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. That is a fair statement. The media probably has lied about Donald Trump. He cannot be as bad as we constantly hear. There's no way. There's no way that everything we've heard from CNN and MSNBC is all true. There's no way, right? He can't be a rapist and a felon and has 33 charges. Nah, he wouldn't do anything like that. He wouldn't evade taxes, not pay people. That sounds like a lie. And I can get behind that because, there's no way that is true.
I know this because for a long time I believed those lies. So I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse. And I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters.
Now, I know she didn't just do the rallies and meet supporters to get the truth about Donald Trump. I know. I just have a feeling that she used Google and found some information out. I am going to use Google and find, just look up, I'm going to put in racist comments by Donald Trump. And I'm going to see what comes up. Hold on one second. So, okay. Comments by Donald. Oh, VOX has an article as of August 30th, 2020. So they don't gave him 4 years of free, not documenting his racist comments. So let's just scroll through and see what I can find. Because I believe in the truth. And I don't think Donald Trump's racist, right? Let's just look. Okay. So let's go. Let's read. Oh, yeah. I remember this. COVID. Remember that? It was first called the China virus and Kung flu. That's funny. No, that's racist. Okay. Then he had the audacity to say Kamala Harris doesn't meet the requirements to run for vice president. The same thing he said about President Barack Obama about, birther conspiracy. Okay, maybe there's an inkling of truth in that and he's not being racist. This article starts back in 1973. Wow, shocker. 73. Trump Management Corporation, they got sued for violating the Fair Housing Act. Federal officials found evidence that Trump had refused to rent to black tenants and lied to black applicants about whether the apartments were available, among other accusations. Trump said the federal government was trying to get him to rent to welfare recipients. In the aftermath, he signed an agreement in 1975 agreeing not to discriminate to renters of color without admitting the previous discrimination. Not racist. That's just, why would you want to rent somebody on welfare? I can get down with that. Let's see. What else did he say? 1992, Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino had to pay $200,000 fine because it transferred black and women dealers off tables to accommodate big-time gamblers' prejudices. Not racist. You gotta, what your customer wants. The customer's always right? The customer gets what they want. I don't want these blacks and women at the table, okay? Get them out of here. And I guess I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's not racist. 93. In congressional testimony, Trump said some Native American reservations operating casinos shouldn't be allowed because, quote, they do not look like Indians to me. Wow. Not racist, guys. What are you talking about? They don't. I could see that. What else did he say? 2004. In season 2 of The Apprentice, Trump fired Kevin Allen, a black contestant, for being overeducated. You're an unbelievable talented guy in terms of education. And you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything, Trump said on the show. At some point, you have to say, that's enough. You're fired. Not racist at all. If you don't know, this is all sarcasm. This is blatantly racist. Okay? He had an idea for The Apprentice, white versus black. He said he wasn't particularly happy with the most recent season of the show. So he was considering an idea that is fairly controversial, creating a team of successful African Americans versus a team of successful whites. Whether the people liked it or not, it's somewhat reflective of our very vicious world. End quote. Okay? Not racist. And of course, the birther thing about Obama. He was not born in the U.S. He claimed to send investigators to Hawaii to look for Obama's birth certificate. But later, Obama released his own certificate, calling Trump a carnival barker. I didn't even know there was something called birtherism. That's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of evidence that suggests quite the opposite, Amber. You said do the research. That was just one article, the very first article on Google. But, I digress. I could be wrong. That, who knows what happened. Okay? So, why are you up there? Why are you on the RNC day one giving this speech? What has got you so mad that you out here committing to Donald Trump?
If you're watching this tonight, you know our country is in trouble. Just like me. When you go to the store and buy food for your family, you're shocked.
Oh.
When you fill up your gas tank, you're pissed.
Oh.
I know I am.
I bet you are. Behind all that millions and millions of dollars you got. You up there actually pumping gas and going to the grocery store? No, you ain't. No, I'm not even going to even believe what you're saying is real. Because that's not. There's no way you're out grocery shopping, let alone upset about the money you spending on grocery shopping. You make money. You got money. You ain't upset. You are not in the realm of real Americans, right? So, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of secret agenda about why you're doing this. I mean, other than to appeal to the non-white voters and to get that draw for Trump. So, I don't know. It is what it is, and I wish her nothing but the best. But speaking of real Americans, that's not the only one. We have arguably one of the greatest WWE champions as in Hulk Hogan on, was that day 3? He was also on the stage. What did Hulkamania have to say? Now, personally, I loved Hulk Hogan. I did. But again, he's a racist too. And that hurts me to say that. That hurt. Bret Hart said Hulk Hogan was racist. And of course, the Iron Sheik. If you're a wrestling fan, you know these names. These are Iron Sheik, Bret Hart. These are some iconic wrestlers in the WWE back in the 1980s and 90s. They would say things like, when Bret Hart says things, that's when I'm like, okay, if Bret Hart says it's true, it's true. Bret Hart is probably one of the most genuine, in my opinion, one of the most genuine people in the world. After everything he's been through and everything, I believe what Bret Hart says. When Bret Hart called Hulk Hogan a racist, I didn't believe him for 1 second. I said, there ain't no way Hulk Hogan, Mr. I am a real American. His theme song, fight for the right of every man. I come on, man. If you are a wrestling fan from the 80s, you love Hulk Hogan. But let's get to it. What does Hulk Hogan have to say at the RNC?
All right, now we're going to go back to the convention where professional wrestling legend Hulk Hogan is about to give his remark. Let's take those live.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Oh, the GOAT. Oh, one of the GOATs of wrestling. Hulk Hogan's on the RNC, having himself a good time. Man, like, what's he going to say? This has to be the weirdest time in any political history of the world. We got Donald Trump as a nominee for the Republicans for presidency. And now we got WWE icon, legend, GOAT, Hulk Hogan out there doing his thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not making this up. This is this is awesome. We got Hulk Hogan out there. Who is he wrestling? What is he doing? Is he giving a speech? What is Hulk Hogan offering to the people?
Because when Donald J. Trump
Wait.
president,
what did he say? Did he just call him Donald Dick Trump? Maybe I heard that wrong. Let's play that again.
Because when Donald J. Trump becomes the president of the United States, all the real Americans are going to be nicknamed Trumpites.
Trumpites.
Because all the Trumpites are going to be running wild for 4 years.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. Hulkamaniacs and Trumpites. That's a great tag team. If I've never heard of a tag team better before. Not the Mega Powers. The Hulka Trumpites. That sounds amazing. So he's there, and I have no idea why he's there. What is he offering? Other than entertainment, and who are you appealing to? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a legit question. What is your purpose? What are you appealing to? It has to be better than what Miss Amber Rose did. We got Hulk Hogan up there. So, Mr. Hulkster Hulk Hogan, what are you up there for?
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero?
And mind you, he's taking off his jacket.
Tried to kill the next president of the United States.
In full
enough.
Promo mode.
I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Okay. So he's pulling off the jacket, attempting to rip the shirt. Now Hulk Hogan's old, so he can't get the shirt off like he used to. And that looked like real cotton. It wasn't like his little pull-off shirt like he had back in the 80s or early 90s. It was like cotton. And I don't know about you. I can't rip a cotton shirt off like that. So he goes and does that. And he says they. When they took it, who is they? I know we're not doing this whole pointing fingers and all that stuff. Especially, it was a week old. Still got the bandage on his ear. And the sidebar, why has everybody else got a bandage on their ear? What is going on? Tell me you're in a cult without telling me you're in a cult. Why is everybody wearing a bandage on his ear? This is the thing that bothers me about everything. As soon as this happened, it's a week into it. There's merch out there about it. There's merch everywhere selling it. You attempted, let me ask you, if someone attempted to take your life, one, would you be out there the following week? One. Two, would you have someone have merch selling that image or an image of someone taking a shot at you? I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I don't know if that's something we should be doing, let alone the people that are doing that, right? So, Mr. Hulkster, why are you so angry?
Crime is out of control. The border is out of control. The price of food and gas and housing is out of control. And the only person who can clean this up is Donald Trump.
So there goes the same taglines: food, housing, gas. I'm pretty sure he didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure he meant to say that. All these little blurps and tags are what he's there about. Like, he has to worry about that. Now, recently he won a lawsuit for millions and millions of dollars. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have to worry about gas, food, or housing like the rest of us do. But, you know, it's Hulk Hogan. And anything Hulk Hogan does, he needs to end it the only way Hulk Hogan knows how.
So all you criminals, all you lowlifes, all you scumbags, all you drug dealers, and all you crooked politicians need to answer one question, brother. What you gonna do when Donald Trump and all the Trumpomaniacs run wild on you, brother?
I thought they were Trumpites. Which one are they?
God bless you, and thank you.
Typical Hulk Hogan ended the wrestling promo like the only way he could, like that. So the only thing I was missing was his music, which I'm pretty sure he can't play now because it's not his, let alone the guy who makes it probably didn't want him playing it at that convention. So how do you feel now? How do you feel now about your whole vote? After hearing that shenanigans from Miss Amber Rose and Hulk Hogan, Sleepy Joe ain't sounding so bad now. This is the whirlwind of U.S. politics, and we're only in July. What more can happen? I can't wait to hear Joe next time he talks. It's only July. It is only July. I'm the host of the WDYM. My name is Michael Gillespie. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Go vote. I know it's July. Go vote. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out, Girl Scout.